This week, Fisher's ATV World is headed to Northern PA to Majestic Trails to meet up with the workshop Trailblazers. This is the group that won the contest last year at the 2009 Fisher's ATV Reunion for whoever gets the most club members out gets to do a ride with me later on in the year. They chose Majestic Trails in Northern PA, so we're packing our bags and heading up there to check out the workshop Trailblazers to see what these guys are all about.
Welcome to the Trailblazers, woo!
Time to saddle up, boys, because it's about to get ugly. Now that's keeping it real. The gang's all here. Where you at? We're having a party here at Majestic Trails. We're looking for more people to come ride with us. It's a good weekend to ride. Maybe a little cold, a little windy, but that's all right. We're going to deal with it. This is better than being at work, I can tell you that.
We picked Majestic Trails as the destination to the featured show. It's some of the group's favorite spots to come up here and ride. We sat down at the club, picked it up, and that's what we all voted on to come up here. I mean, it's a real nice place to come. It's a little far for us, but it's still cool.
We started Majestic Trails because ATV riding was our family's favorite sport. We started out with 368 acres and we now have 940 acres. And we have 2 loops totaling about 41 miles of ATV riding. We are located in northwestern Pennsylvania in Root, about 2 hours south of Buffalo and about an hour and a half east of Erie, PA.
We were having a good time before this trail ride even got started. We had some group photos, lunch provided by the Trailblazers, and then everybody was fired up to get out on the trails for a good day's ride.
The riding, it's fun. It's really fun getting dirty and muddy.
We're going to have a good time. I've already been challenged to like 7 drag races and 10 mud bog competitions, so who knows what's going to happen today.
Ready to go. Big ride, man. Big ride. It's going to be a good time.
Welcome to the Trailblazers, woo!
The workshop Trailblazers is pretty much based on friends and families sharing the passion for our sport. One of the biggest benefits, I think, is the way we get together and unify and do everything together. From the time we meet at our designated meeting point to traveling to the trailhead or maybe our overnight accommodations to planning and preparing meals together to the riding. It's the whole group experience that people tend to take that home and remember that later on in the week and wish they were back there again having more fun. So.
It's not like a bunch of guys just out tearing everything up. To enjoy the sport, everybody has to respect it. You can't be going out and tearing up everything, and then, before long it's going to ruin it for everybody. Then our sport will be lost.
The requirements are, number 1 is you have to have a helmet. The other safety gear we recommend, but it is not mandatory. There is no age limit. We leave that up to the parents. They know their child's ability better than we do. And the state of Pennsylvania does require insurance and registration on the 4-wheelers, but not dirt bikes. Our park and our camping is a family campground, family riding, and the atmosphere here is geared towards family. We have quite a few areas where the children can ride on their little battery-operated 4-wheelers or little 50s. At the trailhead, there's a Pee-wee motocross track, and a lot of the young ones enjoy that.
The Workshop Trailblazers is a pretty organized group of people, and this is what it's all about. Getting the ATV clubs at this kind of level where you all come together, hang out, have a good time, you do rides, they bring in lunches, they bring in their families, and it's just a really good atmosphere, and that's what this whole ride is all about. Up next, we find out what these trails have to offer.
Fisher's ATV World is brought to you by Progressive Insurance, Hatfield and McCoy Trails, Can-Am, Carlisle Tire and Wheel Company, Gorilla Axle, and Yamaha.
The trail system at Majestic is marked really good, the maps are good, and almost all the trails are one way, so you don't really have to worry about anybody coming the other direction. But I would say you need a little bit of experience to be riding on this trail system. If you're a newbie and you get out there, man, you can come around a corner and get some sort of a steep hill or a drop-off or a mud hole or an off-camera situation. If you don't know what you're doing, you can get yourself in trouble real quick.
The trails that we have are a challenging ride. We have mountainous terrain, so there's a lot of hills. It's not real good for real beginners unless you're with an experienced rider, because they can be a little intimidating for beginners. Trails are very well marked. You can't get lost on our trails if you know how to follow an arrow. All the trails are one-way, directional. There is one area that's two-way, and that would be the shortcut between the campground and the trailhead. We have two loops. One is a little bit easier loop marked with green arrows. Blue is more advanced. That breaks off of the green, comes on several different times. Black is the hill climb area, and you can bypass that as well. And the mud area, you can also bypass that. If you're in a 2x4, you really do not want to go in the mud area. We recommend that for 4x4s only.
Oh, I'm having fun. Good ride. This is my first time I've been in something like this.
Doesn't matter what ride we go on, somebody always finds a mud hole and starts playing. And the next thing you know, you got half hour, 45 minutes, maybe an hour till you get done pulling everybody out. So that's what we're doing right now. We're just killing time, hanging out here, and they're up there playing in the mud hole.
I'm on a rock. Hey, you look like me. There's a rock right underneath me. Gotta love the mud, that's for sure.
I think these guys are absolutely insane. They love mud. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because we're part of the mud club. Who knows?
Who stopped here? I mean, there had been somebody driving a Polaris.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. Yep, it's always the Trailmaster's fault.
All ATVs, side-by-sides, and dirt bikes are welcome at Majestic Trails, but I would recommend you have enough ground clearance to make it through some of those nasty mud holes.
The trails would be best suited for intermediate to advanced riders. I'm not saying that beginners can't come, but if the beginners do come, if you've never been on a quad before, you should be with an experienced person, otherwise you will not have fun.
Well, we had all kind of rain the night before the ride, and I'll tell you what, this made for some really deep, fun mud holes. And the Workshop Trailblazers, they're serious about their mud. We couldn't ride by a mud hole without them all jumping in it, spraying each other with mud, getting stuck, helping each other get unstuck. We'd go by a mud hole and we'd be sucked in that thing for an hour. But we had a good time, and unfortunately, later on in the afternoon, the skies opened up and it started pouring. So we never did get a chance to get a full day's ride in, but you never know. If they're the winner of the 2010 Fishers ATV Reunion Club contest, maybe we'll be back out on the trail with them again next year.
We are open year-round with the exception of 2 weeks after Thanksgiving, and that's closed down for the hunting season. At this time, the cost to ride here is $20 per day for adults. Children under 15 years old is $10 a day. Passengers are $10. We do have annual passes available. For an individual, it's $100 for a full year, and that's 1 year from the day that you buy it. We have family discounts as well, which is husband, wife, and minor children for $200 a year. We're a family-friendly riding park. That is our #1 goal, and we just want everybody to come and enjoy their favorite sport and just have a good time and go home safe.
Stick around, because when we come back, we're taking you behind the scenes of our photo shoot. We got into Majestic Trails a couple days earlier, and we were going to be doing a photo shoot. And believe me, I hear all the time at events that I attend or in the email box about how all I do is ride and I got the dream job. Well, let me tell you, there's a lot more that goes into it than that. So we're going to take you behind the scenes here and give you a little bit of an inside look. Well, let's see, on our variety of ATVs here this week, we have a Yamaha Grizzly 700. Actually, we have two of those, one camo, one black. And we've got an Outlander 650 XT, we've got a Renegade 800, and we've got a King Quad 750. So we got a lot of cool new stuff here this weekend that we're going to be trying out. We've got some Sedona tires that Western Power Sports makes, tires and wheels. We're going to be trying those out, so a little bit of everything here. Stop one of many stops on the trail. It's gonna be a long day. But somebody's gotta do this. Everybody says I got the dream job, but that's work right there. But I guess if you're gonna have a job, it ought to be something cool and fun like that, huh? Dialing it in, baby, dialing it in. Well, we're setting up our shot here. We're looking for a log shot where I'll bring the Grizzly in and pop up over it. So we'll get a couple different shots here and just showing the Grizzly and the capabilities of the tires and the body armor and just getting a really cool action shot. That's what we're after right here. That one particular shot where I was climbing over that log, we probably did that shot easily 30, 35 times just to make sure we had the right angle. And the funny thing is when I would hit that log and pop the front end up and come up over it, I would land on the other side and it was like I didn't even hit the log because the tires would just grab and bite. They didn't slip or slide. And one of the coolest things is I would put that Grizzly in reverse and back right up over that log again and didn't have any problem at all with the mud tire. That was pretty impressive.